over there.
Really?
Yeah. So he's over there in Boston, has been for the last 4 years. I've obviously not seen him for about, I don't know, feels like I think it's about 18 months now because of obviously COVID and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Not able to go and see him.
Oh, that's not good, is it? You don't know. How old's your lad?
He's 22.
Oh,
22.
Okay, right. Well,
yeah.
Okay. I was going to say you don't look old enough to have a 22-year-old, but there you go. See, I thought Adele was putting you to bed because she said, I'm just putting the little one to bed. I went, is that what you call it?
To be fair, she does call me the little one every now and again.
Is that what you call it?
I don't know what that's
about. Excellent. So for the benefit of everyone in Facebook land, and not Facebook land, sorry, Radio land, and I'm recording the video, which we'll put out as well. Introduce yourselves, people. Introduce yourselves.
So I'm Andy.
I'm Adele.
Yeah. So we're country music artists. Obviously, we've kind of been doing this music together for probably getting on for 2 years. Not quite 2 years, about a year and a half. Mm-hmm. And we started off really not really knowing what we were which route we were going down. And then somebody said to us one weekend, "You sound really country, you do, Adele. You should really focus on country music." So we did, and
love it.
Yeah, really enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, you do, and you've got a brilliant voice, Adele. I'm glad he doesn't sing, but you've got a fantastic voice. And I've played your music on my breakfast shows and what have you. And Ross, one of our regular listeners, says, "Oh, what a great voice!" when I played some of your tracks. So, it's funny because we've got a couple of artists that we know. There's another artist that we know, Danny McMahon, who didn't start off doing country. Went to a country. I think he went to. Did he go to? I'm not sure if he went to country, but he met his girlfriend there, his partner, and then he ended up getting into country music. So, but it's a great genre, isn't it? I think it is anyway. Otherwise, I wouldn't do the show, would I? But yeah.
Well, I think going back a few years and whatever, everybody kind of looked down on it. But I think all of a sudden, I think it's quite a new vogue now. Everybody really seems to be
making an appearance again.
And having just obviously been involved in the country week this past week. Oh my God, there's some absolute fantastic talent to it.
Yeah. No, there definitely is, and it's. I think it's. I only got into it in 2012. I went over to Canada to see my wife's cousin and ended up staying at my auntie and uncle, and they had 97 point, I forget what it's called now. Let's say for KX 97, anyway, whatever, all the time. And I got into it and I got hooked on it. If you'd have asked me before that trip about country music, I could have gone, oh, and that's why I have my jingle, oh, I don't like country music, because I used to go, oh, I don't like country music. And I think it's coming more and more popular, like you say. I think there's a hardened fans out there. But when you go to some of these concerts, when you get some of the stars coming from the States, it's amazing the range, the age range. Me and my dad have been to a few concerts now, and you think it's probably the older generation, but it's not. You've got some group of lads there, like 18, 20-year-old, and they're singing to the, and you think, wow, it's got a real following.
Yeah. No, it's as I say, it's quite amazing, really. What a broad range it is, and how many different types of people listen to it. It's But
I prefer it though. I do. I don't like all this pop stuff that's out these days because I don't think there's any meaning behind the songs.
Yeah,
and that's why I prefer country songs, because there's proper stories and that behind it.
So talking about that, because we need to talk a bit about your music, don't we? So your music, you've got various tracks out. Do you want to talk us through some of the tracks you've released and what the meanings behind them? I'll bring your list up in a minute.
Do you want to go, or do you want me to do it?
Oh, my storytelling is absolutely shocking, so I'll let Andy take the lead on this.
Okay, so the last song that was out was called "Took His Love Away," and that was really sort of inspired by an elderly gentleman that we met in our pub, one of the pubs that we perform in. And he always comes into the pub on his own, but when he's in the pub, he's got lots of people talking to him, and he always seems like he's having a bit of fun. And we never really got a chance to speak to him. And then this one particular night, we weren't playing, and we had a chat with him, and he started to tell us, I go out all the time, I'm having a beer, having a whiskey, blah, blah, blah. And then he said, but, I lost my wife a few years ago. And then he kind of tailed off and didn't really tell us you know, what had happened or anything. So it was kind of my take on, you know, what it must be like going home to an empty house, you know, having lost somebody that's been your life, sort of thing. So it was there really to kind of like say to people, you know, there's lots of people feeling like you're feeling, and really to try and give people comfort.
Okay, and that's interesting, because obviously I see the track and think it's about you two. Do you know what I mean? And you're singing it about. I think that's brilliant. We're not going to play it all because we might play some later, but for the benefit of the video and the people listening, because they'll be like, what? If the regular listeners will have heard it before, but I'm going to play a little snippet of it now, as we say.
He stares into the glass. His whiskey's nearly gone. The clock upon the wall reveals it's well past 1. The waiter calls a cab as he stumbles to his feet. As they pull up to the driveway, he feels so incomplete.
So that's Took His Love Away. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Yeah, and I just, what I'll do, I've shared that link on, I'll share this link on when this goes out, but I've also shared it on Mixcloud. She's not done running, has she? Kids crying.
Well, talking about taking somebody away, little Jordan is, it's his bedtime, and he's at the moment he's very excited about Christmas, so can't get him to sleep.
Oh, bless him.
Should have
brought him on. But yeah, it's not. It's pretty. Oh, it's great, isn't it? Well, wonderful. Kids are amazing, aren't they? The kids are amazing.
Rock and roll lifestyle we've got.
Oh, I know. I'm the same. You know, this afternoon I've been getting messages about doing interviews tomorrow with a rock band, proper rock band, and I daren't tell him that I was actually rubbing down my worktop in the kitchen and re-oiling it. Do you know what I mean? And walking the dog. I'll do it when I get back in my studio. I'm just out of it at the minute. You know what I mean? Try to be old. Yeah. She's back again. Anyway, she's back.
And just going back to that last track. The other thing that inspired me really was a program called Afterlife with Ricky Gervais.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
And I wanted to mention that because you remind me of Ricky Gervais, your kind of humour. It's absolutely fantastic.
It is a bit dark, and I would call a little ginger lad a what's name shirt front, and if he started to give me jip, I would. Yeah, I don't care. But Ricky Gervais, I'd say that. I'll say that as a massive compliment, because I think what Ricky Gervais does is phenomenal. My wife won't watch that program, and if no one's seen Afterlife, watch it. It's very sad, it's very funny, and it's everything in between. And I think he's an absolute genius in what he does. Genius. Genius. Yeah. I'll take that all day. So anyway, some other tracks you've had out, haven't you? You've got that's an EP. That took His Love Away from an EP, isn't it? Because you've got Say Out Loud and Set You Alight, is it?
Set You Alight, yeah. So Say It Out Loud again is one that's been. So what we actually did, those are 3 singles in between the EP, which is coming out in February. So we've got an EP out in February with some very, very different tracks, some very upbeat tracks, which is not like us, because we're normally a bit morbid and dull and whatever. But yeah, the tracks are coming out a little bit more upbeat. But yeah, Say It Out Loud was really. So my dad got very poorly. He had a stroke in June, wasn't it? Something like that, June, and. My dad was a really sort of old traditional type person that never ever praised you. You know, it was like, well, you don't need praise. You know, if I haven't told you, he's that kind of person.
Yeah.
And sadly, you know, I had quite a distant relationship with him. And it was like growing up, you were wondering, you know, well, what does he actually think of me? You know, because all he ever does is criticize me. But it's kind of the old fashioned way. And then, of course, when he got poorly, things changed. And all of a sudden, you know, he came out of hospital and he was quite emotional, and I was quite emotional. And you start to realize, actually, you know, I was a fool. I just didn't see, you know, he just kept it all hidden. He couldn't show his emotions. And, you know, so Say It Out Loud really was, you know, my sort of yeah, come on, tell me. And he has. And, you know, we're dead close now. It's really, he's getting better and he's doing, you know, he's getting stronger. So,
and we'll play, I'll tell you what, we'll play some of that now. We won't play it all, we'll play a bit. But I'm sharing your links on Mixcloud. There's a guy in Massachusetts going, thanks very much. So you might have a new fan.
Great.
I'd agree.
The days and the hours you spend talking to me stopped you from being where you'd rather be. When I was growing up, I tried so hard to please, but your disappointment, oh, it brought me to
fantastic. I love this. I don't think I've listened to this track, actually, to be honest with you.
Daddy, oh Daddy, all I wanted was to make you proud. Daddy, oh Daddy.
Right, that's enough of that. Not because it's rubbish, just because. Well, not just because it's rubbish, but because we'll move on. No, seriously, I love that. I'm going to listen to that, and this is why it's great to talk to artists, because the stories behind the you might like a song and think it's a great song, but once you get to know the meaning behind the song, that makes a totally different view of the song. You know. And
yeah, I mean that's kind of what our music's about, really. You know, it's you know, we don't write about just, you know, it's more sort of about very personal stuff that we write about. Having said that, we, you know, the song, or the last song that we've just done, is us moving away from that a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
But generally, yeah, that we've written quite personal songs, and
God.
You know, sometimes it's a bit awkward, really, because you're opening yourself up to people, and you know, and it's, I don't know, it's just a bit awkward.
Yeah, cool. Got a comment from the guy in Massachusetts. Can't say his name because it's all T's and J's and stuff and what have you. So apologies to him. But he's just said, great voice. There you go.
Thank you.
So it's not just us saying, you have got a beautiful voice. I love it. And going back to the meaning of that and your dad, you're right. There's that generational thing that that's how it was. I was watching a comedian the other day, because I like watching a lot of comedians. And he's brilliant. I can't think what his name is now, but he's fantastic. And basically what he said was, when he left home, his mum only ever hugged him twice. Once when he was a child that he can remember, and once when he left home. It was the most awkward hug he's ever had. And he asked her later on, he says, why did he never hug us as kids? And she said, because I thought I'd make you gay, right? And he went, really? She went, well, no, not really. Your dad did. So I didn't hug you because I didn't want you to be gay. Right? There's nothing wrong with you. He said there's nothing wrong with being gay, blah, blah, blah. But what he said was that must have been his dad's coming down from a level of him to make it easy. And he's come down a level. He said, so goodness knows what my father's childhood was like if that was his thinking. So, yeah, as time goes on, and it's difficult for a lot of people to show their emotions, and it's a shame, really.
I've never had a hug off my dad, ever. You give him a hug, don't you?
I do,
but
yeah.
I've never. Yeah.
Well, next time you see him, give him a big hug and a big kiss on the cheek. You never know. He might.
He'll probably hit me if I do.
There's another song.
I love him too. I'll go on, see where he goes. But I think he's gonna slap around his head. To be honest.
Yeah, he must love you in his own way, and that's just the way
he does.
Can show it.
Does,
so the third track on that, the one about Set You Alight. What's that one about?
I'm going to let Adele tell you this.
Is that an ex that you set alight? This is a proper one, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? An ex cross you, so you go on.
Go on, Adele.
Tell us what it's all about.
He always takes the mick out of him. This is a little side note. I'm really, you do. It's easy to take the mick. I'm just really bad at telling stories. Like me describing this song, I'll be like, it's about family.
Right. It's about family.
But
I'll just fill in the gaps.
Come on then, fill in the gaps and we'll have a listen to it.
I'm just going to paint a picture, really. So So like it's coming up to Christmas. So, you know, one night we were downstairs, we were cooking some food, the kids were upstairs, and it was like all you could hear, the rain was beating down, and all you could hear was the kids laughing upstairs and laughing and joking, and like my mum and dad were cooking, and the fire was roaring, and it was just one of those priceless nights that, you know, you kind of go, well, you don't need to go out to have a good, you know, as long as you've got your family and your kids, you taste. That's what it's about.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. It's Tim. He's told me his name's Tim in Massachusetts. Brilliant. So I've sent you the link. Check it out, mate. Let's have a listen to this. It's not playing. I had this before. I don't know why. My system just not having it.
Oh.
Let's try another one. No, it's not working. Says it is. Oh, hang on a minute. It's me. I'm a doofus. Because what I did, I I turned the volume down. I was for effect before. Here we go. Let's try this. There you go. It's been a long day. So this is Set You Alight.
Down on that old front porch, we're all in darkness. Just Papa's old torch, the wind is howling and humming a tune. A darkened sky and a bright full moon. From a distance we hear music and laughter. The kids are jumping and shaking in the rafters. Mama's cooking in circles at home. Grandpa's old rocking chair, the dog with a bone. Evenings like these are so hard to let go.
So I can do a bit of air drumming. Right, so I'll do it a different way now so I don't mess myself up again. Right, yeah, cracking track. Love it. Love it.
We need a drummer, actually.
Yeah, I can't drum. I can air drum. I can sit. Well, what I could do, I could quite happily sit on a drum kit and pretend, because I'm absolutely brilliant, pretending. I have a guitar. I have a guitar as well. Pretend to play that. Well, if you've ever make it on the stage, and me and Brim always say this to any artist, we want to be there. So when you get onto a big stadium or whatever, or a big stage, we'll come on and we can play the maracas and just dance around a bit. We'll love that.
Sounds good.
Be more than I'd do.
Right. Yeah, brilliant. That's a cracker. Yeah. So, yeah, who does the drums then? Do you have a session drummer that comes in and does it for you? Is that how you do it?
Well, to be honest, I mean, we've only really played sort of local pubs, and you know, when we've done a bigger gig, there's just been the two of us. But we've said now that obviously we've moved on a little bit, and we have actually got a few people that like us now. So I think when we get out of there again, we will probably get a full band out with us. So we're really looking forward to that.
Oh, good.
It'll be really nice.
That'll be excellent, absolutely brilliant, and it'd be great when people can go out and gig again and do stuff and not have to be so restrictive in what we're doing. It has changed things. It has helped in some respects, because I think a lot of people have got more cute with doing the live streams. We've been doing lots of. I've tried to do some funky stuff. I've done it today, but this I stuck with what I knew, and that's why I brought you on this way, because I knew it'd work. I didn't want it to mess up, especially when you're coming on. But yeah, I think you know, because you've been doing a lot of live streaming as well, haven't you? You've done a lot of your live.
Stuff. We haven't done as many as I think we expected, or maybe people expected. But it's because we've got a little boy, and we've been working a lot on our music. Someone, what's that guy's name from the shop? What's his name? Ben, was it? Yeah. Not that you know Ben. No. Ben from the shop.
Oh, Ben. Ben. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, Ben. That Ben.
Yeah, you want to listen to this because it's one of Adele's stories.
Come on.
Ronnie Corbett used to sit on the chair and tell stories.
Yeah.
No, Ben from the shop today went, do you miss it? Are you missing gigging? And I was like, yeah, actually. And I hadn't really thought about it until Ben from the shop asked me.
But I think the lockdown, if it's done anything, it's allowed us to polish up what we've done. We've spent a lot of time on our music, and we instead of moping about it, we've actually gone, do you know what, we're going to get stuck in, and we're going to try and do the best. And I think because of the live streams, and because we've got people like Ken behind us and Rachel Selleck, you know, they've pushed us out there, and not only that, of course, you guys as well, especially you. You know, the radio stations have helped us enormously, and we can't thank everybody enough, really, because, you know, 6 months ago, nobody knew who we were.
Yeah.
So we're really sort of grateful to everybody that's done stuff for us.
Brilliant. I mean, that's what we set Duggystone Radio up for. And I say, people, you keep saying that every time. Yeah, but other people might not have heard it. But the whole ethos behind the station when we set up in 2017 was to find new talent in artists and find new presenters and connect. So not just, you know, connect listeners to artists and businesses to customers, and because we've got presenters all over the world, we take shows from all over, and that was the ethos back in 2017, because there's streams of music free in there on iTunes and Spotify and YouTube, and what people tend to do is just gravitate to what they know and listen to. So what we try and do, and that's why each show is specialist at night. You've got the rock shows, you've got the country shows. So each presenter's going away and doing the legwork and going, you need to listen to this. I think this is what you need to listen to. And then hopefully people get on board and find that. And that's why we do what we do. And it'd be no good for us if it wasn't people like you that we could find and showcase. So thank you for producing the music produce. Keep at it. Keep at it. So I know we've played a few of your tracks before. When we finish the interview, is there any? What's your favourite country track? Is there one? Or can you not think of one? Have I put you on the spot? Should have asked you that before?
I'll let you go. You mean in terms of anybody in the world?
Yeah, anybody. If you want to play, I mean, I can play your tracks, and we will play one of your tracks.
Yeah, let's play some.
Yeah, I know some really good people called Adele and Andy.
We'll have them on. We'll have them. We've got them lined up. Don't worry about that. We've got them lined up.
I have to admit, my favourite song at the moment is More Hearts Than Mine.
Yes, Ingrid Andress.
Ingrid Andress, yeah. Oh, here we go. You put me on the spot now. Ingrid, I'll find that in a minute. Yes. Oh no, that's not. I'll find that in a minute.
Yeah, we do.
What's it called? What's the track called again? Which one is it?
More Hearts Than Mine.
More Hearts Than Mine. I think I've. I've got that. We'll line that up. We'll play that in a bit as well. Yeah. So, yeah. So you also got a business as well, haven't you? Because you spoke about the shop. That's your shop, isn't it? Your business. Do you want to talk about that? Because people need to know about that, don't they? They might need merch.
They might. We own a printing business. It started up in 2000, but it was originally my mum and my stepdad's.
Right.
But they emigrated to Egypt in February.
Right.
So I was not happy in my job because I used to do care work and I absolutely loved it, but not 3 hours a week because it was like with an agency.
Yeah.
But they said they were packing it up, and I was like, I want this. Like, I want to carry on doing it. So
yeah, so we bought the business off them.
Yeah,
nice.
And yeah, so it's like t-shirt, any kind of band merch, but we also do personalised gifts as well.
Right.
Anything that you can think that you want on an item of clothing, literally any item of clothing, down to your socks.
Yeah,
we can print on it. But we also do like mugs, key rings, teddy bears, blankets,
you name it,
puzzles.
Yeah,
cool.
Well, everything. Anything's got writing on it.
So what's the business called? Because we'll put that on the show notes when we put this out on air.
It's called Images 2000.
Images 2000. Well, you send me the link as well, and I'll add it in. But yeah, just thought I'd mention that because if you've got a business as well, yes, you're artists, but you've obviously got the day job as well, and hopefully one will outstrip the other. Which one wins? We don't know yet, do we?
Definitely not at the minute.
No, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen in this world that we live in at the moment? Nobody knows, do they?
No.
You don't know what to believe.
No, you don't, and yeah, you just got to carry on doing what you're doing. But at least you've got something, and that's fantastic. Absolutely.
We're happy, aren't we? We're happy. We've actually had a good year. Which I don't suppose there's many people who can say that. But
it's been a bit difficult because obviously we miss your kids, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah, because I've got other kids. One's at Manchester, one's at Leeds. So again, I haven't seen much of them. So I'm looking forward to them coming back this week. That'll be nice.
You'll get that. Yeah, it'll all come back together, and it could be a lot worse. I've actually enjoyed this year in some most respects, because this time last year I just had a brain operation, and then a few months before that I'd had a stroke. So this 2020 is like, well, whatever, bring it on, and it's what it's done. My wife's ended up working from home, and she always had to go in the office. I've got to go in, and they realised some massive projects working from home, and she's been in the office probably twice in the last 3-4 months. So there's some very negative things about it, but some also I think there's positives as well. Brilliant.
We're actually playing a bit of music tonight, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we're on Voice of the Woman tonight at 8:30.
Yeah.
Excellent. So people can head over and watch that.
Oh, they can.
That'd be nice.
Wonderful. Well, I'm going to let you carry on with your evening, and unless there's anything else you want to talk about, I'm going to play your track, "Took His Love Away," and after listening what it was about, fantastic. We'll listen to that, and then I'm going to play your request as well for the two of you. So.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, thanks ever so much for having us on. I enjoyed it, and keep doing what you're doing. It's brilliant.
And you, yeah. What you say? Sorry.
I'm going to tune in now.
Excellent. And where can people find you at? So I've nearly forgot to ask you that. Where's the best place for people to get hold of you?
They can find us on Facebook, Adele and Andy.
Yeah.
Instagram is Adele and Andy's Music. Twitter is Adele Andy 1.
Yeah. But
they can find us on Spotify, iTunes, any music platforms. Just have to search Adele and Andy. YouTube as well.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, it's been great to chat with you, and we'll talk soon. Good luck with everything in the future. Keep in contact with us, and we'll promote you as much as we can, and we'll put you on the show. But wonderful. Thanks a lot. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
Excellent. I'm going to play your track, and then we'll get back to the show.
He stares into the glass. His whiskey's nearly gone. The clock upon the wall reveals it's well past 1. The waiter calls a cab as he stumbles to